it's Jen from Dr. Jen Basir, and today what I've got in store for you are 5 things that you must do if you want healthy boundaries. So many of my clients that I work with have trouble maintaining healthy boundaries. They are either people pleasers or they're very highly sensitive people. They're empaths who naturally take on the feelings and emotions of others. And many of my clients also grew up in households where healthy boundaries were not modeled. And so it can be very difficult as an adult to start creating your own healthy boundaries and learning the difference between what's necessary for me to keep myself healthy and take care of me and what I'm responsible for, and what you are responsible for your own health and well-being. Healthy boundaries are very intricately tied to our sense of self and our sense of self-worth, and also taking personal responsibility without either playing the victim or the martyr, or without blaming other people. And once you start to think about this more regularly and look at how this plays out for yourself, you will see that a vast majority of the people that you interact with have some difficulty with the maintenance of healthy boundaries. So 5 things that you have to do to keep your boundaries healthy. Number 1, you need to protect your physical space. Now, this is the one thing that most of us are taught growing up. My body belongs to me, and it's not okay for somebody else to touch it inappropriately or without my permission. And your body belongs to you. Your parents probably told you that it's not okay for other people to touch you inappropriately. This is part of a healthy boundaries. This also, though, goes along with even just social situations and touch. It can be very difficult for people who have experienced abuse of any sort to be comfortable receiving touch, even in social situations where it's simply meant as a sign of communication or a sign of affection for someone. I have a few friends right now who are very pregnant, and I saw them both recently, and I immediately wanted to touch their bellies. And for some reason we want to do that with pregnant women. But I stopped myself because I thought, all right, that is not an appropriate thing. Just because we are friends, I can't just reach out and touch their belly. How, if someone was not pregnant, would you walk up to them and put your hand on their belly? Probably not, right? You would get permission before you did that. So protect your physical space by protecting your body and what's okay and what's not, and also by not, or at least by having an awareness of what other people are comfortable with for physical touch. That's the first one, protecting your physical space. The second thing is protect your mental space. Now, when I say protect your mental space, what I'm talking about is protecting your thoughts. Your thoughts are critically important. And if you've grown up again in an environment where you were not supported, you probably hear the voices of whoever raised you, whether it was your parents or other family members, maybe even teachers or coaches who were saying negative things towards you instead of supporting you. So one of the first things you want to do to protect your mental boundaries is to get those voices out of your head. Stop paying attention to them, stop listening to them, and stop giving them time in your mental world. In addition to that, how do you talk to yourself? You want to convey positive, uplifting, supportive thoughts to yourself, not things that are going to wear you down and beat you up. So protect your mental space by paying attention to your thoughts and what you're thinking about. Think about things that are healthy, that are positive, supportive, and uplifting, and don't worry what other people might be thinking about you. Who cares? Other people are going to judge you regardless of what you do. That's just the nature of human beings. So don't worry about it. Let it go. Get rid of the focus on what other people are thinking, and keep your thoughts positive and focused on you and the beautiful person that you are and all the good that you are bringing into the world. Number 3, you also want to protect your emotional space. Protect your feelings. You are the person who is responsible for how you feel. No one else is responsible for what you feel. We often hear little children say, you know, Mommy, he hurt my feelings, or she made me feel bad. And we just say, oh, you know, they need to say they're sorry and you need to respond in a different way. But ultimately, it is more empowering and more truthful to realize that no one can make me feel bad unless I let them. I am responsible for how I feel. If your spouse comes home and they've had a crappy day at work and they're in a bad mood and they're just making a lot of noise, you don't have to let that change you and get you out of your happy space and your good mood. You don't have to take upon that negativity that person is bringing into your household. So take responsibility for your own feelings and also allow other people to take responsibility for theirs as well. They are responsible for how they feel, just as you are responsible for how you feel. Now, a second part of having good physical boundaries with your emotions is for those of you who are highly sensitive people who are empath, or you are empaths. Now, if you're an empath, what that means in one sense is that you very literally feel the emotions of others. You don't just see them coming and say, oh, I can tell they're angry by the way that they look. You actually physically feel the anger that the other person is feeling. And so this requires much more awareness and constant vigilance, I guess, around other people to make sure that you do not absorb those emotions from others and that you keep yourself in your own safe little space. One way that you can do this is to envision yourself surrounded by a circle or a bubble of white light. And this white light is love and lightness and joy, and it keeps out any negativity that's coming into you from anyone else. So if you know that you're an empath and you're taking upon yourself the emotions of other people, try creating this imaginative bubble that you can walk around in all day, which only lets the uplifting and positive emotions in. All right, that was protect your physical space, protect your mental space, which is your thoughts, protect your emotional space, which is your feelings, and number 4 is protecting your spirit. This is also about how you feel as well, but in a different way. Your spirit, that is the life force within you, is meant to be joyful and happy and vibrant and full of life. So this requires another level of awareness. Tune into how you feel when you go into different places, when you're around different people, when you're listening to certain types of music or different media, types of TV programs you watch, music you listen to, movies that you might watch, even magazines or books that you read. Start noticing how you actually feel when you walk into someone's house or when you walk into a certain restaurant or a certain event. And notice if you feel calm and peaceful inside when you're there, or if you feel any sort of imbalance. It doesn't have to necessarily be negativity, but you might feel fear or irritability, or you might even just feel some sense of anxiety, or like something's not just quite right, but you can't exactly figure out what it is. Pay attention to how you feel. That's your spirit talking to you. When you listen to music, play the music and maybe close your eyes and notice what that makes you feel like inside. When you watch TV shows or movies, do the same thing. How do you feel? Does it make you feel happy and lighthearted, or does it bring out feelings of fear or anger or depression or sadness or whatever it may be? Now, a good movie is meant to take you through different emotional states, but if you're absorbing those emotions, if you're an empath, you really don't want to be consuming a lot of media that's taking you through negative states, because now it's a part of your being instead of just a transitory thing that you've experienced. So protect your spirit, protect the way that you feel. So part of these healthy boundaries is always about saying no for your physical body, for your emotions, for your thoughts, and for the places that you go. It's okay to tell your friends, you know what, I don't want to go see that movie. Maybe you explain to them why not. I don't want to go to this particular place. I don't want to be around these people. That's you setting healthy boundaries for yourself. All right, number 5, the 5th thing that you must do for healthy boundaries is, of course, take care of yourself. If you have not or are not taking care of yourself, then you can't do a good job of helping and taking care of others. And you're less likely actually to maintain these healthy boundaries. So do whatever you need to do to relax, to enjoy, to de-stress, to keep yourself grounded. Literally go outside and spend time in nature. That is one of the best things that you can do to help yourself stay grounded and to shed any emotional feelings, emotions, thoughts, anything that you might have taken on from other people or other places or other experiences. So spend time outdoors in nature. Find things that make you feel happy and joyful and get rid of your stress, whether that's exercise, cooking, being creative in some way, drawing, coloring, doing pottery, playing music, playing sports, whatever makes you feel good and involves moving your physical body and getting yourself to be recharged, meditating or doing yoga, getting a massage, anything that helps you feel better about you and helps you get recentered again. We kind of get our perspective gets thrown off as we go about our days because we encounter so much stimulus, so many people, so much is happening, and we need time, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, we need time to kind of come back and get recentered within ourselves. So that's even though it's the last thing on the list, it's probably the most important thing you can do is to take time for yourself. So take a look at your life in these 5 areas with these boundaries and see how well you're doing, and just pick one simple thing that you can pay attention to this week or that you can change in your life, and just notice how you feel. I would love to hear what this has led you to in the comments below, and always please share this with your friends if you think they'll benefit. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.